Well, I guess we're all sad to hear today that Dolly Parton passed away at the age of 80. And from what I've picked up from the news, she died of some kind of a cancer because she was at the Vanderbilt Cancer Hospital there in Nashville when she passed away. And I just want to say how much my heart goes out to her and how much I appreciate the time and efforts and talents that she expressed to the world through her gift of music. I remember back in the day when I was a kid, I heard Islands in the Stream on the radio, and I remember hearing the harmonies, and I was like, why do they sound they're just so cool sounding, and they sound different than anything I'd ever heard. Same thing with Phil Collins. He did these things with his harmonies that, like, they had these cool tonalities in them. But I remember hearing her do it on Islands of the Stream, and I was like, that kind of sounds reminiscent of like this other band I'd heard before, like the Beegees. And come to find out, the Beegees did sing back up on that. They layered him way in the back, and then actually, I think it's Barry Gibb wrote the song. But the Beegees had been all over the radio back in the '70s and '80s, and I think they felt like people were just they'd been overfilled with everything that they were releasing, overwhelmed, and so anyway, they gave it to Dolly and to Kenny Rogers, and they did an amazing job. It's a great song. Um, I remember as a kid, I bought a Tom Petty Full Moon Fever album at a pawn shop, along with a Dolly Parton record that had, or a record that had that Islands in the Stream on it. Just cool, just a cool time, and I miss records that were done back in the day that just they were pros. They say before Pro Tools they were pros. And it's the way it was. They couldn't fix timing, so if you were a little late or a little early, like, that's it. And they might be able to splice tape if you're really good, and then comp and mix down that way, but you couldn't pitch every single note and stuff, so it just wasn't like that. um, and so they were pros, they were legit. Anyway, I love Dolly Parton, and I send my love out to her and her family and anybody who watches this. But just to know that we lost a great one. And I loved Kenny Rogers, and he and her were known for being companions in the music business. She sang a song with Kenny Rogers on his, I want to say it was his last album, called "You Can't Make Old Friends." Um, you can make new friends, and new friends become old friends, but you can't make old friends. And I love that song. It's great. There's also another song on that album that Kenny did called "All I Need Is One." That song's cool. It's actually, believe it or not, a song that I would sing if I felt like I could do it justice. Um, but anyway, the long and the short of that is Kenny Rogers uh, had his producer's name was Kyle Lenning, and Kyle Lenning was going to do a record for me back in the day. A solid guy, did records for Brian White. I think he did a Waylon Jennings stuff. He did Randy Travis's stuff. He did lots and lots of records. Kyle Lenning. Anyway, it's a small world how you find you see these people on TV, and you listen to the records on the radio, and then you meet them, and or your paths cross. And it's just really, really cool to. What really matters is the music that they leave and the legacy they leave. And Dolly Parton left a legacy of love and kindness and acceptance, and I'm really grateful for that. You know, she's an OG. Like, she was just good people. At least everything I know about her, everything I've seen from her, everything I've heard from her. And there was a wise man that once said, "Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks." And I liken that unto songwriters and any creative. And what comes out of your heart and mind is usually what you're singing to. And if you listen to the songs that she wrote and the music that she made, awesome. Awesome. Her version of "Stairway to Heaven," oh, woo! That's a banger. That song is amazing. I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm not sure, but that song is cool. It'll go down as one of my favorite covers of all times. Anyway, I send my love. I'm rambling. I love Dolly Parton, and I want to send my love, my personal mention today out to her and tell you all I love you as well. Send you my very best. God bless you all.